Hey everybody, how's it going? Mary here, Monstarlona, and we're going to talk about Night Revels. I'm glad that they did the event because it is the best event in DDO and a lot of fun. So you've got Joe Candymaker here who will trade your mats in for some really neat gear. There is some actually really cool event gear. So we're going to break down all of the event do's and don'ts. But your first time XP in here is so high in Epic, you can get between 200 and 350,000 XP if you're running a potion and it's your first time bonus. That means that you can grab like 2 levels by doing your first times in epics. So you don't want to come in here on a heroic character. You want to wait until you hit epics and then select CR 35 on the drop down to go into the quest and go in and do every quest on CR 35. What do I mean? If you haven't done this, you can select the level and you want to select level 35. And you want to always, whenever you're in here in this crypt, you always want to do these key quests at level 35. This is one of the rules of this event in order to maximize your XP. All of these quests, if you're going to do any of them, you want to do them at the maximum CR 35. You want to be running a sovereign potion if you can get them, or the best potion that you can get. For the key quest, the first time that you do this key quest, that's this quest right here. The first time that you do this in epics, I don't care if you're level 20 or level 30, whatever, you want to do this on level 35. At level 20, if you do this at level 35, it's going to be difficult. It'll take you a while, but you'll get about 200,000 XP for doing it. Then, after that, the next rule is to do this graveyard quest at your level. And you want to make sure that you have a draft of midnight active. And that will allow you to get maximum amount of chocolate. And the chocolate is good because not only do you buy items with it, but you also turn in for like potions. You can exchange 10 chocolate for 1 Death Ward potion. So these gloomy potions of Death Ward that I have, I paid 10. I have 27, so that was 270 chocolates. And the draft midnight, you can get quite a bit of chocolate. The reason that you do this at level, I know you'll see a lot of groups farming this quest at level 35. The problem is if you're solo, if you have a group of 6 people, you can do that pretty easily. But if you're running solo, the difficulty between level 30 and 31 is such a jump up that it really starts to take a long time to kill all the monsters, to the point where at level 35, even if you're on a high DPS build, it can take you 5 or 6 minutes to do this quest. And you're not doing this graveyard for XP. You're doing it to farm keys. You want these keys. That's the only reason why you're doing this graveyard quest. Where you're going to get your XP is from the key quests in the crypt itself. Because those, 1 key, you can get almost 40,000 experience in a minute and a half. There's no better XP in the game. Without playing constantly, I mean, I played every day, but I didn't grind for, 20 hours at a time. I would just log in the evening, play for a few hours, log off. I was able to get, I believe, last one I got 7, I think it was, Epic Pass Lives. The formula that I'm telling you works. All the first time bonuses that you do for this event are Epic max level 35. I don't care if you're level 20 or level 30, whatever level you are in Epic, you do it your first time. That means the graveyard, all the key quests, 35 first time. Once you get your first times out of the way, and you can tell if you did it, you'll see these stars will be filled. That means that you did it already. You'll get maximum stars. So now that I've done it, I've got my first time bonus. I'm not going into this graveyard for XP. I'm going in for keys. That means that I go in at level. And I'll show you. It doesn't cost anything to get into the graveyard. As soon as we get in here, we're going to move. And we're just going to start attacking things. And we're going to clear out this area. Now, the archers won't follow us. So what I like to do is kill them and then pick up everything that I can, because everything else is mobile in here except for those first few archers. Put myself on top of this, wait for everything to kind of hang around me, and then hit them with a DPS that's an AoE. So I just did energy burst. You could do anything. You could do a fireball, you could do a flame strike, you could do whatever. It's really good for this event to be a caster. Whether you play a Sork, they are definitely the best. Sorcerer is the best, the Fire Sork. But you can also do this as an alchemist, throwing fire bombs. You could do this as a favored soul, flame striking and fire storming everything. The reason why I changed from a favored soul into a sorcerer is just because the sorcerer is faster. And so, you know, you can do this as anything. You could do this as a paladin. It's just going to take you a while. It just helps if you have the ability to spam AoE DPS. And, you know, they really did nerf Fire Sork. I can tell the difference between now and what it was back last October. Meteor Swarm, they killed that spell. It is just, the DPS now caps, I think it's level 20. So, you know, this is a Meteor Swarm. You could see I usually would do thousands, and I just only did a couple hundred. You saw one of them was 1,000, and something survived. Meanwhile, with my fireballs, I'm just obliterating everything. Meteor Swarm used to be like that, but it's no longer like that. The other thing that they did to kill it, aside from removing the maximum level dice, is they changed the cooldown. So you can no longer spam it. I used to be able to do delayed blast fireball, meteor swarm, delayed blast fireball, meteor swarm. But now, because of the timing, I cannot get off 2 meteor swarms in the same time I can get off 2 delayed blast fireballs. So I have to basically fill it with something else. So delayed blast fireball, meteor swarm, delayed blast fireball, fireball, delayed blast fireball, meteor swarm, and it just ruins the flow of the what used to be a really easy high DPS rotation, and it severely lowers the DPS of casting, because you can see, look, I just hit that guy 200, 400. Meanwhile, my fireballs are hitting for thousands. You know, they killed it. See, 200. It's utterly nonsense, in my opinion. Considering, too, that once you get up to, if I were a 27 paladin or a 27 barbarian, my hits would be between 1,000 and 10,000 with if I got a good crit. Especially once I get into my level 29 gear. It would be ridiculous. But you can see this goes really fast. I mean, it's pretty mindless. You can get sick of it pretty quick. Get rid of that archer. Drag everything to this grave. I just like to jump around so they can see me. Now you'll see when they hit me, they get healed a little. That's the armor I'm wearing. I'm wearing the, you know, the Shadow Dragon Scale. So on hit, it does negative damage. Now here's my energy burst. And everything is dead. The central area is already open. These mobs are just extra, so I'm going to ignore them and just run. You may like to just obliterate everything as you run and not do the drag everything somewhere. But that's what I like to do. Same thing I'll do here. I'll just wait for everything to get around me, and then I'll energy burst. There. And then gotta get the stragglers with my quick cast spells. And the creature in the tomb is open, so I can go up and hit the lich. Now, if I had energy burst up, if I sneak up on him really quickly before he can get up his fire shield, I can one-shot him, but I don't have it up because I just used it. But you can see the damage on my meteor swarm is just so ridiculous. It's aggravating. It's almost like the devs want us all to play paladins. Like, that just seems to be what they're making the game for. So here we go. So by the time I get to this group, I should have 8 left. This is correct. This group, I should have 7 left. This is correct. By this group, I should have 6 left. And sometimes, you know, they don't always line up, so you can nuke them. By this group over here, I should have 5 left. There's a great way to count down how you're doing. This group here, I should have 4 left. Someone didn't get killed there. This group down here, 3 left. This group over here, I should have 2 left. And this group over the top of the hill here, I should be my last group, 1 left. And if they all get obliterated, now I can go and fight the boss. And I have energy burst up. So what I'm going to try to do is, he will already be here, but I'm going to try to get him before he puts up his fire shield. Great, I got him, but we didn't crit, so it wasn't that much. So it's just going to take a couple. And there, he's dead. So 25,000 XP in 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes, 11 seconds. And you just keep doing this over and over and over. You know, so that's 100,000 XP every 12 minutes. I mean, it is the best XP in the game. You cannot get more XP than this. And then, so what I'll do, just to demonstrate something for you guys, is I will go in, and you know, you guys have probably, people who follow my channel, you probably have played this before, but if you haven't, you know, what I'm telling you is how to optimize this event. My optimizations are not around getting the gear or getting max amounts of ingredients or anything like that. This is just to farm for XP to get epic pass lives. Once you hit level 30, you're going to TR back to level 20 and just keep doing the same thing over and over again throughout the whole event. Do it as many times as you can. So I'm going in at 35. I don't need to buff. There are monsters in here. This is not Reaper. These are just normal mobs. It is a little bit harder because it's CR, you know, they're CR 35, but it, you know, it's not like you have to worry about it. They're just zombies. The boss is a mummy. They don't do any magic. The liches do magic, so you might want to buff for a lich, but, you know, we'll talk about that. We'll do all the quests. But you can see, but the way that they tweaked it, it's just, I end up standing there not casting. I'll put on a firewall. Okay, I've got Vorn up here with me, so I'm going to hit my energy burst. And now I'll just basically hit every spell as it comes off cooldown. You know, it makes it so that you have to work your level 3 fireball into your rotation, which for an endgame caster DPS, that is awful. The Meteor Swarm is a 9th level wizard sorcerer spell where you actually, like Thanos in the Avengers movie, pulls down part of a planet in the form of meteors and throws it at the enemy. So we can see I did that a minute and 40 seconds and I got almost 40,000 XP. And this quest requires key to get in. So as long as you have keys, you can keep doing that. You can farm that. It gets even faster. You can do it once you hit level 29 and you get all your gear, you can do it in under a minute. Join us for more. I plan to do lore videos for each quest in DDO, as well as the raids. Plus, I will be releasing more Session 0 videos for DDO on topics such as player character races, the religions of Eberron, the last war, and the Mournlands, the dragon marks, the dragon marked houses, and much, much more. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. I like interacting with other players. My main tune in DDO is named Mary. I am on Sarlona. I also have a guild on the Hardcore League. My guild is Death Smile. Please say hi if you're on either of those servers. Subscribe to see more Adventure AI content about DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, and gaming in general. I also play Star Wars The Old Republic. You can join us at Adventure AI on Discord. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Twitter. You can go to our Patreon and become a patron of the channel, where you would get access to all of the scripts, the images, the music, the videos, as well as behind the scenes, and the ability to request topics for me to make future videos. Thanks very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope your adventures go well.